Louisville Live this morning. Good having you with us. If you want to give us a call and you're out there, 502-276-2118, WDKI Legal Line. Carl Truman is here with us. Every Tuesday. How are you doing?
Great.
So I got to ask you, we've had a lot of rain lately. And people have asked me, well, what if it rains in this and what if it rains that? Mother Nature this, Mother Nature that. Get all kinds of questions. If someone lives in an apartment or someone just bought a house or rain affects their life and there's an injury, is that Mother Nature and there's nothing you can do? Or is there actually something that they can file some papers if they've been wrong because of the rain?
Well, it depends. I mean, that's really a wide open question as far as so many different variables on that. I mean, if you have a property, if you are renting, of course, then the manager, the landlord has a duty to, make sure that the property is taken care of. You also run into issues of, can I divert the water off my property onto your property?
Mm-hmm.
That's always an issue too. And I've seen issues where, a downspout, or of course, we're not having freezing weather now, but a downspout, is diverting the water to a parking lot that freezes and someone falls on it, so there are issues, all kinds of legal issues that come up with rain and, and act of God exclusions that they call them in insurance policies that, they'll say, oh, well, no, we're not responsible because it's an act of God. And even in your homeowners, whether it's surface water or, water that comes up from the ground or comes from the, the top down. I mean, there's a whole myriad of issues that come up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, these people in the further south from us, I know Nashville, and I'm not sure where else, but they're having a hard time of it.
I did the Country Music Marathon a couple weeks ago.
Right. And now, switching gears a little bit, Carl, I'm curious about your thoughts on this whole issue with BP and the oil spill and liability. What's your take? Because I was hearing a lot of buzz last night. Sounded like BP might be in some trouble.
Yeah, this is a really a horrible issue. It's going to affect a lot of people, and in some respects, I know a lot of people want to criticize lawyers who, advertise or handle or initiate lawsuits for people who've been wronged or hurt. But, something that I don't know if the public is aware of is what BP has done once this oil spill started. They had a whole team of lawyers, literally an army of lawyers from their corporate law firms scouring the coast, asking people to sign liability waivers right there on the spot, saying, and these are people that are hurting. I mean, these are shrimp fishermen and other fishermen that are barely making it day to day anyway, and they're showing up on their doorstep saying, okay, we're going to take care of you. Here's $5,000. You just got to sign this release of liability.
$5,000 won't even cover it.
It won't, but that's what they're doing.
They're preying on them.
Yeah, literally preying on them. And so I know that a lot of plaintiff lawyers have been already getting some criticism in the media about representing people who are going to be harmed. But I think the media ought to take a closer look at what the BP lawyers are doing in this. I mean, they're already circling the wagons. I mean, they're going on, the CEO's going on television saying, oh, it's our responsibility, we're going to take care of it, which is, I think an admission anyway, saying when he gets on TV, he's made an admission that, yes, we're responsible for this and we're going to, pay damage claims for this. But
this will go on for years. You look at the Exxon Valdez way up in Alaska area, but I'm thinking, I saw something online and I saw something, I think it was on CNN last night, tourism industry. You're talking Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even Texas.
Yeah.
The people who rent beach crafts, bites. I mean,
I was hearing our gas prices and seafood prices are going to go up because of this.
I'm not worried about gas prices, but these poor guys who make $50,000-$60,000 a year renting out stuff along the beach for the summer, that's what they live on.
A lot of livelihoods are going to be decimated for this. Yeah, you're right. Not just.
And do they deserve some type of something for this hardship?
Well, they should be able to have a claim for damages because BP is now going to destroy their lives.
Yeah. And didn't the same thing happen back during the Exxon Valdez? I thought I heard that the same sort of thing then about trying to get people to sign a waiver and that sort of thing.
Exxon did the same thing, and and they dug in their heels. I mean, they spent untold amount of money just on their corporate Ivy Tower law firms coming in wanting to fight every scrap, and that was probably nothing compared to the way this is going to be. And that litigation went on for years that they just fought and fought.
It's really unfortunate. I feel for the people whose livelihoods are being destroyed.
And they even went so far as they were recruiting fishermen to go out and help with the barriers and everything. They were even having these fishermen who, again, I mean, their livelihood is on the line. That they were offering them like $5,000 to go out and volunteer to help, but to get paid to go help on their boat, they had to sign, to get the money, they had to sign a waiver saying that they waived any and all claims.
And for $5,000 to a fisherman right then, that's a lot of money.
It
is. I mean, when they're worried about paying their bills the next day, that to them that's a lot of money. But now I think, from what I understand, because of the backlash, BP finally has backed off of that. But that's what they were making people saying. Well, yes, you can help come clean up this spill. Here's $5,000, but you have to sign a waiver.
Well, we don't have any oil spills here, but if you do have a problem, whether it's Social Security disability, a workers' comp question, personal injury accident, car accident, whatever, 1-800-ACCIDENT, and go to trumanlaw.com. We do solicit your emails here because we want to hear from you. And we do have an email coming to us here on Louisville Live this morning for Karl Truman, who is with us every Tuesday. And this is one from Steve in Oldham County.
Steve says, I slipped and hurt my back at a business in downtown Louisville. There was water on the lobby floor after a rain. I walked slowly but slipped on a section I thought was dry. There were no signs up. And I'm sure he wants to know, are they responsible?
So someone falls, no signs up, what's the responsibility?
Right, the business owner does have a duty to use reasonable care to look out for the safety of their customers. And, of course, they'll try to say, well, if it's raining outside, you should have known that it was wet, so you should have been more careful. That's what they'll say. But they do have an obligation, whether to use warning signs or clean it up. How long had it been there? Because they know that people are coming in their store and there's water coming in, so they need to have employees there cleaning it up and keep making sure that it's picked up, or putting down extra mats. So there's a lot of things. So yes, a business owner does have a duty to look out for the safety of their customers.
Okay. I guess someone in that situation, it'd be sort of fuzzy for them. How are you going to prove that it was up for that long? But maybe if there are other people around, maybe ask other people.
And so many stores now have surveillance cameras.
Sure.
But what I often find with some stores that if the surveillance camera helps them, then they've got it right away. But if it doesn't help them, well, no, we can't find that, or
something happened. There was a glitch during that time.
We only keep those for certain long, and it was destroyed.
And the sad thing is that if it doesn't help them, it does disappear.
Sure.
And that's a crime to do that, but
it happens.
It disappears, right? Yeah. And that makes your job harder. Well, all you need to know, it's 1-800-ACCIDENT. Karl Truman and his law office can go to work for you on a number of issues. But good to have you with us, as we normally do every Tuesday.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, Karl.
Thanks, Karl.
And again, Karl can help you out in southern Indiana and